We used to be in charge of our brands at companies, and it would be kind of a top-down, in-out conversation. It's now clearly been outsourced, where the consumer and the viewer and the user is in charge of the conversation. It's a very different feeling for people who are used to being, quote, in control of the conversation, and now you've got to be much more relaxed and able to dialogue, engage, and inform, with the consumer and the customer being the boss of the conversation. We've got an ADD world. We've got kids that don't pay attention. They're on 15 devices at once. So everything we do as marketers needs to be relevant to them, delivered to them in a bite-sizable series of chunks, so that they get what they need on their terms. People expect an anytime, anywhere, always on world. They really think that commerce should happen when they want it, when they need it, and we think that, and all marketers need to think that, and so we're always on. And when you're thinking about the new marketing world, you got to think about your structure almost continuously. We are literally every quarter reviewing with our VPs that we've got the right system, the right structure, and right process, and it's driven by the media mix shift. And so as we spend more in one area and less in another area, we want to make sure that people and the resources we distribute are solving the problem that we're trying to solve. And so it's a little frenetic, and people aren't used to that level of constant change, but I guess it's the new normal, and it feels great and exciting and also a little scary, but it's what's upon us. The role between the CIO and the CMO and the CTO is, at Shaw, it's very tied and very close. We don't do anything without each other's support and complete buy-in. We call them agents of projects, and so you've got to get permission and buy-in from our agents to do anything that impacts IT or resources around IT. Yeah, the whole world of data analytics is wonderful because it feels like it's the consulting community's #1 outbound sale right now. Our conclusion is that it's about small data. These are incremental bite-sized bits. It's not, you don't go from not having a capability to solving big data, and it becomes super clear that no one's billing system is quite ready for this. No one's ability to fuse billing with consumer behaviors, taking information and data off the set-top boxes as part of our cable business, and then transferring and fusing that in workable, marketable bits. All of that sounds great if you say it fast, but it's hard work and it impacts IT, and we're certainly knee deep in it, but it's a journey, and it's going to be ever better kind of journey as far as we're seeing it. I guess my view is that advertising is still the invitation to your brand and your product, and so it's gone from inform to engage. It's gone from just be there to it better be good, and so there's a way higher bar put on advertising than there was in the past, but our view is that advertising is still the way people enter your brand and they interact with you, and if it's not good, then you certainly are putting up blocks that you don't need to be putting up. Biggest shift in social media is really for old line kind of marketing companies that are big and complicated, that are used to a top-down kind of in-out relationship with the world, to let that go. Because what you're doing in essence is you're giving the control of your brand conversation to the world, and you've got to watch it, shape it. The biggest change in the CMO role is we all used to be strategists, and it's not that we're not strategists, but if we don't understand context now and we don't understand pace and speed and execution like today, then you can't survive. I think that's the biggest change. Context for us is more important than strategy now, because strategy just takes too long for it to perfectly work its way through the system, and there's no more room for perfection. It's about 80-20 and then execute really, really well. Another thing that is certainly an opportunity for us, and something that we're on top of is this anytime, anywhere mobility world. You know, the world is going to a place where I am is where it's happening, and all of our devices and all of the way we track and exchange and interact with friends and family and business is all where you are. The notion of you're sitting somewhere and we're doing something to you, those days are done. It's now where I am, what I need, and how do we fill those vessels with the right information and content so that people go, that's relevant and we want to deal with that company.